I know people look at the rich today in society, and you probably don't like them. You know, these billionaires looking down on you, you know? But on a day like today, when an Astros either hundred of millionaire or billionaire by the name of Jim Crane, a Division III baseball legend who I hope still has his varsity jacket and sometimes wears that jacket with sunglasses inside. I hope he does it. I hope he's got that bad boy streak in him still. Maybe he's got like a cigarette in his mouth too, just ripping a dart, walking down. Right now, he should be allowed to walk into any place in this city and just do what he wants. Like, you can just take a bottle of like the finest Casa Azul or whatever. I'm wanting to lick some boot right now. So let's lick some boot.
Can Astros owner Jim Crane do any wrong? Of course not.
We're really proud of the rings.
I'm never satisfied.
Let us all gather round and lick the boot of the greatest owner in Houston sports by making fun of other bad owners.
I hope you washed your ass this morning. It's about to be kissed.
It's about to be kissed. Red Sox. How about that? They got rid of Rafael Devers. They did nothing at the trade deadline. They're like, we got some monetary issues. We're more so today, instead of making fun of the other owners, we're just going to kiss Jim Crane's ass here. I mean, I think it is very fairly worded in that column that was put together by Chandler Rome and Ken Rosenthal. He is the most competitive owner in baseball. Because this is not a huge revenue team that you would expect a Dodgers to be, a Yankees to be, a Red Sox to be.
Yeah, that's why the Red Sox are so pissed off. They're one of these teams that prints money.
Right. The Cubs should print money too.
The Cubs do. They're Red Sox-like in the way that they don't spend.
He has been competitive. I really think there is an advantage to having an owner who has played baseball before and loves baseball because he's played it. Like, yeah. I really like, this is a very weird thing, but like for those who don't know, Jim Crane was an awesome pitcher at the D3 level. Like he had a record for strikeouts, I think, in a College World Series game at the D3 level. Like he's awesome. And that is part of his background. And he owns this team. And you know what? Someone who played high school football was psychotically competitive about it. If I somehow stumbled into a ton of money and I owned an NFL team, I think I would be just as competitive at all times. I would be like, yeah, I want to make a profit, but I also want to win all the time. And I will do anything it takes to do that. He does that. Yeah. And he's got a GM in Dana Brown that loops him in. And I get it. Like sometimes he lets guys walk. He doesn't want to give a contract over 6 years. And that can be a little bit frustrating, but it hasn't hurt him yet. And then they do something like they did yesterday, where I did not know that they had the means to get any of the players that they got, and they still figured it out. It's incredible.
Yeah. There is something, like, I'm with you that there has to be something with him being a former player, but a former player in college, at least. Like you said, he was a good college player. I don't know. It's not as simple as like he can just look at a player and tell he's good, but it's not that. But there's something there. There's something, whether it's just like even the psychology of knowing how like baseball players think, like knowing the clubhouse dynamics or something like that, because that's another thing that the Astros get a lot of credit for is the clubhouse that they have, the consistent culture that they've had over the last decade. And a lot of that is just, you have Altuve, and until this year you had Bregman and Correa and all these guys. But I do think there's some, I guess, extra value that gets placed on that because the guy at the very tippy top of the organization has been in clubhouses, was in a clubhouse in college.
Someone texted in Jerry Jones was Arkansas football player. That's fair.
He is. Yeah, he was. He was on the national championship.
That's also true.
1958.
But there's, I don't know. There's something different with Jerry. I know that he played.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
was he a great player?
By the way, Jerry Jones was a very good owner.
Yeah,
30 years ago. But he was, and even like relatively recently, Like they were consistent throughout the 2000s. Like after whatever.
After the Quincy Carter years. But once they got
they
Bill
hired-
Parcells involved.
Yeah, once
right.
they hired Parcells, I was trying to think of when that happened.
Some
like
good years with
04
Wade
range.
Phillips, too.
Yeah, like
Romo,
since then, like
Prescott.
they've been solid. And now he's kind of, I feel like
He's senile.
On the wrong side of it.
I mean, I hate to say it.
We're not doctors.
Yes, I'm not a doctor, but he is giving senile.
Thank
some of
you.
the stuff he is saying,
Put that
Michael
on TikTok.
Parsons,
Yeah.
right? Exactly.
It's giving senile.
Yeah,
It's giving senility.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do think that there's something to that. Because and they hire a lot of ex-players. They hire, Dana Brown, ex-scout, which is kind of a rare thing for your head of baseball operations to be an ex-scout, not a analytics guy. So there's something about how they run their team that's different. And, can't argue with the success.
Can we play a Dana Brown clip, Sean? This is Dana Brown talking about the Astros philosophy. And that philosophy, I mean, we've heard it from Jim Crane before. The window is always open. And Dana Brown said, like, this was one of those days where that's our mentality. So that's why we did what we did yesterday.
I always try to operate in the present and in the future, because, our philosophy here, led by Jim Crane, is that the window's always open. And so, we laid focus on that. And that was probably part of the reason we didn't do much more on the pitching side. We thought, some of the prices were a little high. And so, we felt like, look, we don't want to mortgage the future. So, pound what we could pound with the bats, and then, allow what we have coming back from the pitching side to be a part of it. And so definitely operating in those two realms at the same time, all the time.
Dana also has done, I think, a really good job this year. I saw Greg Todd comment, horrible GM. Are you talking about Jerry? Or you're talking about Dana here? Because I want everyone that's been crapping on Dana to give it a rest. It's been weird the last couple of weeks. I don't know what you thought he could do. And by the way, he just did a lot of things, and I don't know how he did it. Like what they gave up to get these guys is pretty damn impressive in totality. Carlos Correa, Jesus Sanchez, Ramon Urias, for a player to be named later, Ryan Gusto, Twine Palmer, Chase Jaworski, Esmail Valencia. They also got cash for Carlos Correa. Somehow they're under the luxury tax too. I mean, what the hell?
This is a team that after Bregman walked, after they trade Kyle Tucker, we thought reasonably that they're going to take a step back. That this year, like, we weren't even coming into the season being like AL West over. Like, this was a season where it's like, we're not really sure what we're going to get with the Astros this year. And after the trade deadline, and in a season where they've had, was it 15, 16, 18 guys on the IL?
Yeah.
They're ahead in the division by 5 games. And the Mariners have a guy who's going to hit 60 home runs.
Yeah, now they have 2 that are probably going to hit 60 home runs.
They have Suarez, and now they have Suarez, and they had Cal Raleigh the entire year. And this team, who has started Trammell and Zach Short and all these guys, they're still leading the division.
It's a good day to be an Astros fan. 713-780-3776 to call in, to text in. YouTube at ESPN Houston, Twitch at ESPN 975. Based off of vibes, they won the trade deadline. And I do agree with the Athletics assessment. I think they have the most competitive owner in baseball. And I think it really does help that the guy was a very successful Division III pitcher. You want to jump in, you know how to do it. YouTube at ESPN Houston, Twitch at ESPN 975. We're going to be basking in the afterglow. The Astros big trade. Smoke a cigarette, ripping a dart out here, Yeah. It's like we just had sex, isn't it? Not together. No. But it's like, from a sports perspective, we made it. We really made it. Paul, stop being a pervert.